chair. I actually had the privilege of being the corporate walk chair for Light the Night back in 2014. And the reason why, when they asked me if I would do it, was personal. And I think I'm stating the obvious. We're all here in this room tonight on a Thursday night. I'm from Wisconsin originally, so I know you all want to get home to watch the Packers tonight from Lambeau Field. But I had a very good friend after I moved down here, and I was working late at night. And I know some of you Bobby's heard this story before, so bear with me. But working late at night, an email comes in from my friend Mark. Okay, hey Mark. Except I read the subject line, and it just says one word, Liam. Liam is his 3-year-old son. And you know that's never a good thing at 8:30 at night to see an email. So I put it off. Finally opened it. Very similar to Kathy's story. Liam wasn't feeling well, flu-like symptoms, took him in, finally had enough tests. Liam had leukemia. And Mark and his family started that journey. And to see a 3-year-old kid go through that, who is now a very happy, healthy 8-year-old, who co-chaired actually the Wisconsin Leukemia Light the Night last year with his dad, and raised over $30,000. 8-year-old kid raising $30,000. And I always joke with Mark, I want his resume when he graduates from college, because anybody that can do that and fight that when they're that age can do anything after that. So we all have names that we can think of. How am I going to raise money? Why am I raising money? You know, when I was thinking about that on the drive over here, leukemia does not discriminate on age. And you had Liam at 3 years old. I have a friend, Greg, who lost his wife to breast cancer 10 years ago. He's now fighting leukemia at 42. My wife's uncle Mike was diagnosed last summer. Mike's in his late 80s at this point in time. It doesn't matter how old you are. Mike, I remember telling him, saying, hey, is there anything we can do or whatever? And he's like, you know, I served in the military, I fought my way through it. I diluted death on the battlefield, and here I am. I thought I was in my, I got this made. I'm 80-something years old, and he's like, now I got this. So it doesn't discriminate, and that's why we're here, and that's why I think Kathy's goal of trying to raise as much money as we possibly can is important for all of us. We do it because there's a name that immediately pops in all of our collective heads when you hear LLS, leukemia. And to Kathy's point, based on years of research and all the money that we've raised, the survival rate is unbelievable. However, there's still that last bit that's the really tough stuff that we got to defeat. Someday is today, right? We're going to do it today. And it's because of great events like Light the Night here. So I was thinking about the Executive Challenge. We had a great kickoff last week out at Three Forks. The Executive Challenge, for those of you that aren't aware of what it is, it's effectively if you individually or as a team leader raises more than $5,000, you get your name into some publications and stuff. But it's really, I think, an interesting challenge because when you get into it, you suddenly realize, hey, I got to 3,000 pretty fast. What if I get to 4,000? And you get to 4,000, and I'm not diminishing the amount of money, it's a lot of money. But when I was asked to chair in 2014, I said, okay, I'll do it. And then I realized asking for money is really hard. It doesn't come easy to most of us, right? And I asked my mentor, who's a very charitable individual, he and his wife are unbelievable leaders in this and lead by example. And when I asked Frank, I'm like, Frank, I kind of don't know how to ask people for money. And he said, you know what, Pete? The more you ask, the easier it gets. And you know what? He's absolutely right. And so that's when you start setting your goals and you start asking friends. Face-to-face is great. Social media is wonderful. And you'll start seeing those items come in. And then you just start challenging yourself. Hey, there's 3 more weeks to go. I'm at $44,000. How can I get to $4,500? So I'd encourage any of you that are thinking about it, if I didn't meet you last week, if you're thinking about it here tonight, please see myself or Kathy or Allison. We'd love to get you involved and have you sign up and commit. It's an extremely worthy cause, you can mention. One thing I would like to promote as well, FIS is having a golf event at Deer Creek on October 23rd, 8:30 shotgun start, I believe, 9:30, so you can have time to get out there. We've got, I think, 38,000 raised so far, still room for more golfers. We're finally turning the corner where it's not going to be ungodly hot at 9:30 in the morning anymore, thankfully. And if you'd like to have more information about that, Michelle Brooks from FIS, please see her afterwards. But I do encourage you guys to consider the Executive Challenge. And I'm going to end it by saying, this whole implication of Executive Challenge. I mentioned Liam early on. 8-year-old kid raises $25,000. I'm going to change it here and say, it's not the Executive Challenge here in Jacksonville, at least this year. It's now the Liam Challenge. So if you think you've got it in yourself to be a Liam or to help young people like Liam or my 85-year-old Uncle Mike on my wife's side, I encourage you to step up. We can do this. And if you have any questions, please, again, see me, Kathy, or Allison afterwards. Thank you for coming out tonight.